Hello and good morning to everyone except for those who spread rumours of drop bears falling from trees. Hello, I'm Francis and this is Top Rock. It's a glorious morning here in the Mpushini Valley and we've got 2 trolleys lined up for your Saturday binge-worthy fix. We're a wholesaler based in Africa. We ship from Africa, shock and horror. And yes, because we're a wholesaler, we require a minimum order of $500 before we even can entertain putting things in packaging. Please comment to claim if you're new. Please introduce yourself. If you are commenting first time and you have an account, please email us. Please take the time to read Cara's short story down in the description beneath. Not right away, obviously there's not going to be time to read and claim things at the same time, and it is kind of competitive more often than not. There are some beauties today, and there's quite a lot of fluorescence, so I need to get on with it. Let's hustle. First up today, we've got some petrified wood. There's quite a bit of petrified wood today. That is because Gary in Zimbabwe sent us some fresh gokwe material. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 standing freeforms in this flat. Let's get some decent light on there. It's a beautiful vug. Actually, I talk rubbish. This is Malagasy. Gokwe material does not have this rich red iron content. Four beautiful standing freeforms. This one's got the least iron of all. 2.08 kilograms for the 4. They are rated as very good to A grade. They're going to cost all of $58. This is flat 673. Onto some book and note hook. We've got 2 clusters. This is a gorgeous little fella. Light on the lilac, but heavy on the long fingers. That's a popular little fairy quartz cluster right there. Joined by a little bit more of a bulky fella. Shorter fingers, but look at the beautiful iron staining beneath that little window there. That's a beauty. These weigh all of 1.12 kilograms, rated very good to A grade. They're going to cost $36. Okay, so 1.12 kilograms, 36. Generally speaking, your very good to A grade will be going for $50 to $55 per kilo. This is a bargain, flat 409. Nice. This is the new freshly squeezed gokwe petrified wood. We've got 3 slices, polished only on the one side. Quite thick slices as well, which is nice if you like that barky texture. Wow, not consistently thick or thin. This one tapers away at the end, but still some beautiful vugs. And there is some absolutely gorgeous shiny druzy in the petrified slice. You can see much more nickel influence than the iron from Madagascar. Just a reference. Gokwe. There we go. 3 absolutely gorgeous slices. They weigh 1.78 kilograms, rated very good to A grade. More A grade than very good. They're going to cost all of $46. This is flat 203. On to some Congolese dioptase. We've got 3 specimens. Starting with this, the larger of the 2. That is absolutely exquisite. That crystal right there is massive for dioptase. Very little in the way of scuff marks. This slightly translucent as well, which is always lovely to see. Look at the dioptase, man. That is beautiful. But that's not the only one. There are 3 beauties, slightly smaller here. And then this little fella here, which is absolute cracker. More isolated as far as the crystals are concerned, but hardly any blemishes. Beautiful gemmy nature. This is an awesome little flat of dioptase. It's going to cost $243. That's for flat 988. Onto some golden, or not so golden, limonite from Solwezi. That is Zambia. There's actually two flats. This is the one, very distinctly different. I'll get to the other one later. But look at the beautiful transparency and clean crystals on this cluster. That limonite shining nice and yellow. And then this beastie. This is also a bit of a cracker. Smaller crystals. Same translucency, same cleanness. It is beautiful. Right there in the seam. Weighing 2.33 kilograms. These are only rated very good. Well, that should be 2.33 kgs, $40. That's a beaut. That's a bargain. That's flat 16. On to some polished amethyst from Zambia. 6 little polished points. Little chevron amethyst points. That's gorgeous. What's that here? Or would they be more prism than point? That's very good. Oh, that's a funny one. It doesn't stand, it leans. It's a leaning point of chevron amethyst. You know, the famous one. On paper, these are rated as very good. I think that's a little bit harsh. I reckon that is a beautiful dark shade of purple. Most of them, all of them. 1.45 kilograms. They're going to be cost $47. This is flat 455. On to some Malagasy agate slices. Nice and thin, beautiful, beautiful layers. They're very translucent as well. If ever, only I have one fault or pet peeve about these slices, is that yes, they do get sliced, but the finishing polish isn't always that fantastic. As you can see maybe here, you've got faint little lines which may and could very well have been taken out if more time was spent on them. There we go. But they are beautiful, and for what you're getting, which is a double slice agate, that is, look at that vug, man, that's rather nice, very much. 6 slices. Oh, more, yes please, that's what you want to see on a slice, a little sparkle in the midst. Beautiful clean quartz. They weigh 1.31 kilograms, rated very good to A grade. They're going to cost $51 for the 6. That's flat 644. On to some red hematoid from Karoi. Nice clean planes there. A little bit of crowsite specks. Bit of a chip on the top there. Other than that, quite a beautiful specimen. You can see where it used to be bonded to most likely a wall of iron, hence the red hematoid. Oof, wow, that's stunning. Look at that veil there, that is beautiful. Beautiful clean windows there as well. All kinds of self-healing causing multiple terminations on that main crystal. Very, very nice flat of red hematoid, man. That's stunning. They weigh all of 1.59 kilograms, rated very good to A grade. They're going to cost $40. It's flat 217. On to, sure, book a note hook. Some more. This is the old-fashioned variety. It's a bit more lilac-y, and there are those lovely popular long fingers. Small crystallization around the planes, causing it to get that nice fairy glitter effect. And then a large cluster of multiple terminations, no chips, quite a bit of limonite. Also the limonite manifesting itself in this crystal over here. That's quite sexy. It's a nice little cluster. Very nice little cluster. They weigh 1.58 kilograms. Say hello and good morning to the monkeys. Hello, you little bastards. Where are you? Okay. It is Saturday. I'm surprised the Hardy-Dars haven't pitched up yet. Rated very good to A grade. These two beautiful clusters are going to cost $93. This is flat 640. Onto some black tourmaline. Rather interesting couple of specimens. I really like this little cluster. The fibrous kind of black tourmaline shirl, extending in all kinds of directions, almost acicular, but acicular in a massive kind of crystal way. You little bastards. Grow some thumbs and climb that tree, Fig. Please, buddy. Get him. Yeah, you tell him. They are rather distinct and different from your usual black tourmaline, which kind of makes them attractive in their own way. This flecks and specks of feldspar on these beautiful terminated. There we go. There's that old Mercedes. There's the Mercedes. Very nice. Let's go see if these have any highlight opal. Today I'm thinking myself terribly clever. I'm balanced the torch so I can use my hands. All right, let's see if it works or if I'm just going to be doing it the old-fashioned way. Hey, why is it so light in here? That's weird. Okay, it is on. No, it doesn't work. Okay, I'll just do the old-fashioned way. No highlight opal there. Turn it around. Nothing much happening there. Neither there, or there, or there. All right, some black tourmaline unencumbered by that flashy-dashy highlight opal. 4 black tourmaline specimens. I rather like these. They're not rated very highly, good to very good, 1.84 kilograms. They're going to cost $64. That is flat 424. Onto some Malagasy orange calcite hearts. They are orange and they are hearty. More than that, I don't know what to tell you. The very nice polish, no scratches. So if you're in the... Oh, bugger off. Jeepers. Wildlife in this place. You're just trying to get along with a quiet, nice show, and nature just gets in our way. Good Lord. All right, 1.11 kilos, rated only as good grade. I wonder why. What's wrong with you? Is there something I'm not seeing? There's a kind of blemish. No, not really. Those aren't. Are they scuff marks? No, not really. Well, I suppose they are. They are slight little scuff marks. They're going to cost $33. Fair enough. Flat 764. Onto Namibian blue lace. Righto. And this is an interesting flat. Kudos to Cara for spotting the magic. Let's just zoom in a little bit. There's a very straight-laced blue lace. Nice shelving, so different from the erratic, chaotic blue lace from Malawi, and then this beautiful druzy on top. This one here, however, nice. You can see a little bit of iron oxidation, the black, and then check out these little crystals. So I am guessing, I'm going to put that down to scalenohedral calcite, very small little crystals, and then next thing, one thing led to another. And I had to check them out if they fluoresce. And I thought, okay, yeah, calcite, man. Maybe it'll go bright red like many calcite does in the vicinity of manganese. So, all right. Oh, I've actually got to stand in my own shadow here. And then they never got bright green. They went no red, just green. Check that out, man. Okay, so So the easiest thing to do is, hey, okay, green, all right. Or you highlight opal, just like a little layer of highlight. But I actually don't think it's highlight. However, that doesn't help much. It's a this is the one where the calcite is, and it's not actually the calcite lighting up. It's the druzy over the chalcedony. Love to get some feedback. What are your thoughts on what this could be? That's a rather special flat of Namibian blue lace. They weigh 1.64 kilograms, rated very good only. Noted as lapidary material. I beg to differ. I think they're much more than just lapidary material. They're going to cost $42. This is flat 147. Onto an absolutely gorgeous flat of petrified wood galets from Madagascar. Nice rich red iron content. And then a couple of weird ones. Green and blues. That's rather special. Don't see that very often. And it's not just the one. This one's also a little bit strange, a little bit more brachiated. Very, very nice flat of petrified wood galets, $52. They are going to, well, $52 is what they cost, flat 603. On to some Congolese magic. These recent little finding. I do see some more of these little barite malachite specimens on the market from elsewhere. So it's not just us that got our hands on some of these beauties, which is great. It's a new find. Not ever seen these before. Look at that. Look at these little crystals, man. They are absolutely stunning. Mineral porn. Thank you very much, you lekker ding. See that malachite's very thin little layer. There's a barite. Thin barite blade. Some of these, I look at them and I go, okay, you know what? Is the malachite's on most of them on surface, but some of them, the malachite's actually inside the blade. That's gorgeous, man. Let me just try and zoom in properly. Weighing 554 grams, these 6 little barite and malachite specimens are going to cost $68. This is flat number 358. On to what I do believe is the flat of the day, and my oh my, if no one claims this, it is mine. This little beaut is a whole lot of calcite. It was labeled as calcite. From Southern Africa. This clearly has some absolutely beautiful clean fluorite as well. That is a stunning. Where this is from, no doubt it is a Namibian clear fluorite like this. Very likely Tumeb. And then this, another, I don't know where this is from, but it is absolutely gorgeous dogtooth scalenohedral calcite, covered in what I assume is a feldspar. I also have no idea where this is from. It could be from the Northern Cape, but most likely Namibia. That's a lot of calcite, man. And then this, which was like weird, you know, this is no doubt a whole lot of honey or caramel calcite, which is in itself rather whatever, really. Only redeeming feature I can imagine would be for you to fluoresce. Let's see. Right, I'm going to pick on the ugly duckling first. And not a whole lot of action. At all. Right, to the side we go, and there is that beautiful calcite specimen. That is a whole lot of manganese magic. Bright red, yes please. The other one with a fluorite. Let's have a looky. See, there's a nice thick layer of calcite at the bottom, and then the calcite and the fluorite doesn't actually fluoresce at all. Not all fluorite does. And the rimfuss mark, for example, hey, maybe this is a rimfuss mark. The rimfuss mark, the famous octahedrals, don't all fluoresce either. So that's very interesting. The calcite does, but the fluorite doesn't. But you can tell it is that clear and that clean that it possibly doesn't have any activators. But that is beautiful. Boom. This delicious flat of calcite and one fluorite. It's probably around the 2 kilogram mark. Doesn't matter, because I tell you what, for $30 you're not gonna get a better deal today. Flat 975. Onto some Congolese kasompi, silky malachite. 6 specimens. These are rated most likely very good to A grade. That's beautiful. That's rather fetching. Lots of nice green chatoyancy in amidst all the fibers. Very, very nice flat of silky malachite from the Congo. These are going to cost $80. It is flat number 583. Onto some Mumbwa. And I'll tell you what, it's a very nice flat of Mumbwa. This is Jacaranda Amethyst from Zambia. This is a beautiful large cluster. Twin terminations on the main crystal. You can see there's a nice layer of secondary growth. That's window quartz beneath the window. It is stunning. Very little in the way of the usual iron coating as well. So that is a winner. And it's joined by an even better one, slightly smaller, but I tell you what, Mumbwa does not get clearer or better than that. That is superb. Very nice flat of Jacaranda Amethyst. These two weigh 2.19 kilos. They rated only very good, which has a good, bodes well for the wallets. $46 only. Flat 439. Very nice. Onto some polished blue lace. This is a little freeform. It's another little freeform. Beautiful druzy over the blue lace. That's very attractive. Another freeform. Sorry, I'm saying freeform because I'm expecting standings, because this is a standing freeform. That is beautiful. Lovely. And then this little fella here as well is an absolute winner. And the last one's also just a freeform. Stunning flat of polished blue lace agate, rated very good to A grade. 1.39 kilos is what they cost. They go, 1.39 kilos is what they weigh, Francis. $70 is what they cost. This is flat 169. On to chrysocolla. Okay, let's start with this one here because it's interesting. Very interesting with those beautiful little silky malachite crystals covering the baby blue chrysocolla. Nice malachite. There's a fair amount of specular hematite in this, which is probably why it feels as heavy as it is. Three of them. There's a little bit of heterogenite in amongst the shiny druzy. It's rather pretty. Beautiful specimen. And then this one, which is a bit odd. Or at least not odd, but just different. Because I tell you what, the druzy has established itself in a much more permanent manner. Thicker layer, obviously more exposed to them silica fluids, malachite, as well as chrysocolla. And then heterogenite, giving it a bit of a darker complex. It's a beautiful specimen, man. Like cliffs rising in a sea of druzy. These three, I don't know, I'm going to guess that they weigh close to 2 kilograms. They cost $69. It's flat 477. Onto some Zomba. You want some smoky quartz points? Well, natural, yes please. There are 6 in this flat. Here's a tabby for Andrew. That's actually naturally broken. That's gorgeous. Quite a large one. This is a rather lovely cluster. Look at this. Multiple terminations. All very nice clean windows. All very nice smoky. A little bit of iron cumgutite on the outside. But other than that, an absolute beautiful cluster. In fact, no, you know what? If I shine it like this, that's not gutite. More likely richterite. Kind of grey blue covering on the crystal. Beautiful flat of Zomba smokies. It's going to be $42 for the 1.65 kilograms worth of points. It's flat 324. I was wondering where they are. Oh, they've just flown past. Happy days. Onto some absolutely gorgeous chrysocolla with druzy over the top. 1.145 kilograms for 6 specimens. And that, lots of druzy, more druzy over the heterogenite than the chrysocolla. Quite a light specimen, that one. Pseudomorphs. There is the chrysocolla after malachite after azurite pseudomorphs, and then druzy over the top to make it even more delicious. That's beautiful. Look at that. This one's quite a bit heavier. These are from Laputu mine, which is essentially a lot of zinc and lead. So some of these are given to contain hemimorphite. Not that you'll be able to see it, you'll just be able to feel it. But how about that shade of blue? That's beautiful. Beautiful specimen. And the last one is more pseudomorph than the others. There we go. So hardly any chrysocolla. That is malachite after azurite, and then druzy on top, like a cherry. Beautiful flatter chrysocolla. These are going to cost all of $52. It is flat number 212. Next up, rhodonite from Madagascar. 2 spheres. It's quite a large sphere. It's quite a heavy sphere. Lots of manganese in there. Lots of iron. It's the iron that causes, well, not much to happen beneath the UV, but they are beautiful. They are 1.84 kilograms worth of very good only. Rhodonite spheres, $62 is what they cost. It's a flat 190. Onto a beautiful Mendingi mine malachite specimen. This malachite, almost spherical little botryoidal features. Too easy to call them ball malachite, but it has become rather popular. Covered in druzy, it's a very attractive specimen. It's a bit heavy on the matrix. There you go. Lots of little vugs on the side there as well, all the way around. Druzy coating almost everywhere. It's a beauty. It's probably 3.5 kgs. It's going to cost $200. This is flat number 224. Onto a beautiful, oh, hello. As I was saying, a beautiful black tourmaline specimen. These are absolutely gorgeous sprays all over the show. This is an A-grade beauty. Highlight opal just off the cuff right there. And more over there. Oh man, this is an absolute stunning specimen. What is the yellow? Good question. Generally associate the yellow with acid, but if it was acid, it would have chowed through the highlight opal, so it's not that. Vermiculite, second call, because a lot of vermiculite comes associated with black tourmaline from Erongo. Not quite sure, but that is stunning. Right, here we go. Here's that highlight opal lighting up. It was actually just the two that were actually quite visible to the naked eye as well. Nice. 1.56 kilograms worth of A-grade black tourmaline and highlight opal. It's going to cost all of $131. It's flat number 688. Onto a large, or almost 3 kilograms worth of chevron amethyst sphericalness. This very nicely well polished chevron amethyst sphere. Yep, almost 3 kgs, 129 millimeters in diameter. It's an absolute beauty. Rated good to very good only, with a fair amount of smoky quartz in the midst as well. Beautiful patterns, man. But harsh, good to very good. Well, let's see. It's $83. This is flat number 148. Onto a large, one-side polished Gokwe petrified woodlim. And I say large, it is large. 5.75 kilograms worth of crystallized wood. Oh, there. Polished on that limb as well. Beautiful wood texture. It is a bit of a statement piece. It weighs, well, yeah, 5.75 kilograms. It's going to be $135. This is flat number 209. Second trolley up, and we are greeted by no other than door key or key tourmaline. That is the the old-fashioned Mercedes termination, but a flat top, which is a bit of an anomaly as far as tourmaline is concerned. Not quite sure why they're called key tourmalines, except that I could only assume it unlocks things. I think that's safe to say. Very special, bit of a rarity amongst rarities itself is that termination. These 6, they weigh 1.23 kilograms, rated good to very good, but more really noted for the termination than anything else. They're going to cost $35. Oh, hello Stevie. Stevie joins us for the morning gospel. Flat 664. Onto some Luwena, 2 Luwena clusters. Cara chose these, and she was agog and gasping and. Why? Because these hardly have those trademark Luwena chips, and they are beautifully clean, and they don't come with much matrix. All things that are generally associated with Luwena Smokies. But look at that white veil over there. That is beautiful. 2 of them much alike. Now, next, they're rated very good. I don't know what a Luwena cluster has to do to get a better rating, because I reckon these are much better than just very good. I mean, there's no chips. The clarity's good. Windows are clean. Beautiful white veils. Little bit of iron over there in the corner. They are bloody lovely. Weighing 1.2 kilograms. They're going to cost $32. Nice. It's a winner. Flat 445. Onto some scalenahedral calcite from Lesotho. Dragon's teeth, if you must, or a bunch of spears, which does fall in line quite nicely with the Zulu name for the Drakensberg. So the Drakensberg is the border or boundary between Lesotho and South Africa. So Lesotho's landlocked country. But the word they give him is Ukahlamba Mkulu, which is Valley of Spears, the big ones. Obviously, there's 2 valleys, a small one and a big one. So the big one's Mkulu, and the small one's Ngane. There are 20 of these beautiful little crystals, and I tell you what, the stable conditions and the wet, cold environment of Lesotho makes for some brilliant manganese capturing calcite. I say manganese? Yes, I said manganese, and I said angry red lava-like calcite fluorescence. They are a beauty. Weighing 770 grams, rated good to very good to A grade. These costing $39. It's flat 745. Nice. Onto some polychrome jasper or desert jasper. Here we got some beautiful scalenahedral, dragon scale patterns. That's rather special. Also Picasso jasper. bright, colourful, vibrant. Nice bits of blue there as well. That's always a pleasure. Not much in the way of very fine definition between the colours, which is what that would, what kind of replicate it. That's more an A grade, where the colours don't, where the colours blend, they go grade down, which is harsh. Six beautiful spheres weighing 2.47 kilos, rated good, very good to A grade. These six are going to cost $70 for flat 410. Onto some natural blue lace agate, the crazy kind from Malawi. And beautiful, nice, fine druzy on most of them. Maybe sometimes not so fine. There are 24 of these beautiful little specimens. I don't really see many bad ones. That's possibly a bad-ish one. Other than that, they've all got absolutely gorgeous blue lace coverage. Heavy on the blue lace, not so heavy on the matrix. That is what you want. Very good to A grade, yes, concur. They weigh 2.53 kilograms. They're going to cost $48 only, flat 259. Then onto some Northern Cape Tiger's Eye. This crystallized chrysotile. It's kind of a after effect after Hawk's Eye or Crocodilite. Priska does bring us some of the best tiger eye in the world, if not the best. That's a lovely line of hematite running through there. This is a big fella, and that is a whole lot of shiny silver hematite all round. And obviously that beautiful chatoyant tiger eye effect. Four of these weighing 2.28 kilograms. This one will be rated very good. Also very heavy. Nice. This Tiger's Eye is what got me hooked in the first place. Rated good, very good to A grade. These four are going to cost $48, flat 157. On to two rather large Bucanote hook clusters. It's the big window variety with a very nice lilac colouring. Clean, no breaks, no chips on tips. This one's got a nice amount of goethite on the bottom here. And then all these beautiful clean windows. There's a fair amount of iron as well in there. Oddly enough, these are also just rated very good only. Quite heavy, 2.525 kilo. Monkeys, 2.25 kilograms. They're going to cost $115. This is flat number 156. It's very nice, two clusters. I don't think they're very good only. On to some polished shutterkite from Namibia. There are 20, well, smallish freeforms. You get a nice dark blue shutterkite, and then the malachite as well as chrysocolla in the mix as well. Nice dark blues. So yeah, this is your little copper cocktail polished freeforms. They weigh 840 grams. They are rated very good to A grade. They are rather fetching. This one here has got hardly any shutterkite, if any at all, just chrysocolla. Here's a better example. That's beautiful. Bit of an amateur polish. But that's what you get from Namibians. Aren't exactly known for their polishing skills or for having the tools to do so. They're going to cost all of $37. This is flat number 516. Onto a flat of very nice And I say very nice, I mean almost gemmy-like rhodonite. It's a bit of biotite in there, but lots of spessartine, orange garnet in all of these. Look at that. That is beautiful rhodonite. I'm just on the lookout for a well-formed, well-shaped, definitive bit of garnet. Almost there. Almost. No definitive spessartine, just the little brushes of garnet, orange garnet. Let's see, I want to see if these glow. Not overly, but any fluorescence in amidst this very heavy iron mineral is impressive. It's very nice. They are quite heavy, 2.65 kilograms, so they're only rated very good. Again, why? Come on, guys. These are beautiful. $42 for flat 796. Next up, Madagascar brings us some polished black tourmaline palm stones. There are 20 in this flat, weighing 1.5 kilograms. Polish is nice. There are some cracks. I don't know. I used to think that it was calcite. Not to be though. It's probably filler. Oh, pretty darn fine though. 1.5 kilograms worth of good to very good black tourmaline. The 20 is going to cost you $53. It's a flat 441. On to a little African, Southern African rock starter pack or party pack if you must. There's a little bit of Kalkefeld shutterkite with malachite, a nice bit of quartz there as well, and tokulite, that's mica, and green cliniclaw. Some stichtite serpentine with a stichtite webbing, that's the purple, also known as atlanticite. Some tourmalinated quartz, that is black tourmaline all together. And some Swaziland bloodstone, some shirt and red jasper. And then, you know what? Is that indicolite? Is it blue enough? Because if I compare it, right, it is blue tourmaline. So that's black tourmaline, and that's bloody rare. Fix that? Ooh, that monkey's winding him up. Monkey's winding up. Okay, fella, what's going on? Not a snake. Not a snake, it better not be a snake. Come here. Come. No, okay. As long as it's not a snake. Right, where was I? The mortierite from Mozambique. A hell of a rarity. Also a hell of a hard mineral. Okay, yeah. For context, rhodonite. Except, now, see what I mean? That's red. That's not red. That's more pink pale. And then the legendary quartz. This is malachite veins inside quartz from the legendary Messina deposit, collected largely for in vain hopes of finding a Hawite. If you cut this open, you might still find some. Who knows? It is the surprise pack that might give, and it will give anyway if you lap it. Then from some Namibian blue lace, I think. Yes, no, yes, this is Namibian, and it's got some beautiful scalenohedral calcite crystals on the surface there, and then a rubbish piece of red jasper, joy, and then another rubbish other piece of malachite and chrysocolla. This looks like it could be, yeah, I don't know if it's because Congolese. a bit rough. But this flat, that, and that, and that, and that is absolutely beautiful. I'm just looking at this one again. There's a little bit of orange there. Maybe just limonite. Alright, so this little flat here, the party pack of Africa, is going to be $55, flat 62. On to some Congolese diopters. We've got 6 specimens. A little bit of bladed malachite there, pseudomorph. Nice dioptase crystals. Beautifully well formed ones. There we go. That is super duper 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 nice gemmy dioptase. There's Albert in the background waking up his motorbike. He has a hot date on Saturdays with the shops. Actually, 1 loaf of bread is all he gets out. He just wants to get out. 6 absolutely awesome little specimens from the Congo, rated as a very good to A grade. 590 grams is what they weigh. $224 is what they're going to cost. Flat 668. On to Rido. So I mentioned this before, and let me quickly just turn my attention back to these 2 beautiful limonite clusters, right? Very clear, large crystals. And then we come to the same deposit that brings us, I'll show you the iffy one first. You can see all the iron content there in the base. And then beautiful, small, clean crystals. Lots of limonite in the background. It's a nice thin plate of quartz. But then this one, this is stunning. Look at those inclusions. That is all little specks of goethite. Absolutely stunning. That is rather special. They weigh 2.42 kilograms. They're going to cost $35 only. Whew. Man, that is worth more than 35. Flat 211. Next up, we've got an absolutely gorgeous flat of Soul Rose, or that is cobalt bearing dolomite. That is beautiful and shiny, great hue of pink. This one is even better. Look at the gemminess of that dolomite, man. That is beautiful. Rather special, with quite a bit of heterogenite in the mix there. A little lighter pink. This one's like a dirty pink, but a lot of heterogenite. Ooh, are you calcite? It certainly looks like calcite. That's a dogtooth formation right there. So yeah, that's kind of lovely. Very special. That's a beautiful specimen as well. Nice shade. Lovely specimen as well. All that lovely transparent dolomite there. Ooh, a little bit of hematite in the matrix. Pale pink and shiny. Oh wow. Okay, so this is a rather special flat of cobalt bearing dolomite and calcite. Also very nice translucent crystals there. That is okay. So this is an extraordinarily lovely flat of cobalt bearing from Congo. Congo cobalt bearing everything. Sure. That is, I want this flat as well now. 1.63 kilograms, rated good, very good to A grade. A hell of a flat. $51. This is flat number 191. Nice. Onto, a little bit of an old style celestite from Sakwani. This is the old CG stock from Cape Town. Got a nice bridge there with smaller crystals crossing over. Beautiful large crystal. And the other one, rather heavier, also beautiful, two largish-ish crystals. Lots of nice, shiny, small crystals. Beautiful celestite, not the bluest I've ever seen, but certainly the shiniest. They weigh 2.615 kilograms, rated good to very good. They're going to cost $52. That's a bargain for celestite. Flat 360. Onto some chaos quartz or asylum quartz, whichever psycho mood takes your preference. Lovely clear crystals, and you can see all those beautiful inclusions. All of them with a nice generous chevron amethyst base. Five specimens. These generally came out mostly small specimens, so this is certainly a bit of an anomaly. This one will be good grade only, obviously. There's a couple of breaks over here and here, but still some beautiful clean crystals. There's quite a bit of iron, hematoid, and then a nice large plate of sorts. There we go. That is gorgeous. Delicious. That is beautiful. Weighing 1.38 kilograms. These 5 are going to set you back $56. That's flat number 320. Onto some classic malachite, well, chrysocolla and malachite after azurite pseudomorphs. 12 in this flat. See those blades. Finicky little things. Soft. Chrysocolla is quite brittle. There's those pseudomorph blades. A couple of pieces with botryoidal habits. Awesome flat, 12 pseudomorphs from the Congo, weighing all of 815 grams. They're going to cost $84. This is flat number 700. Onto, well, here's some more Zomba magic. It's 3 large smoky quartz, well, clusters. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 terminations there. One major, no damage is done. Again, multiple terminations here. That's kind of cute there. A little termination amidst the terminations. No doubt this orthoclase or feldspar here will contain manganese. Chip over there, pity, was looking very much A-grade-ish, the whole flat. That's a beautiful smoky crystal though. It's 1.75 kilograms, rated very good to A grade. They are going to cost $37. Nice. Flat 778. Up next, from Madagascar, polished points with inclusions. Lots of inclusions here. Ooh, look at that rainbow veil right there. That's kind of hot totty. Put this light off. And mossy, there's a little bit of biotite flecks. Little specks of green chlorite. Lovely clarity. That is a beautiful point. Joined by a polished tourmalinated point. This is a lot of black tourmaline in a rutile format, filling up this quartz. quite special. That could have been a crack all the way around, but the crack does peter out over here somewhere. So it's not a fix, not a break. Points intact. Beautiful. They weigh 840 grams, rated very good to A grade. They're going to cost $55. It's flat 374. Onto ceramic hammertoid. Oh, 12 clusters. Nice, that's beautiful. Nice clarity. There's that veil of iron. Ooh, nice window. That's cool. Nice clarity as well. You can see the veil beneath. Iron, iron, iron. What's going on here? Not very much. They're okay. I've seen better. Yeah, that previous one. Where is it? These two, much better. If you were in the market for red hematoids, I'd go for that first flat, if it hasn't been snatched up. 1.75 kilograms, rated good to A grade. They're going to cost $40. This is flat number 452. Onto a large Septorite Dragon's Egg, and it's an absolute cracker. Look at that lovely, beautiful, velvety, shiny calcite, and there's a cheeky little selenite crystal over there as well, just for giggles. Not quite sure what it weighs. My guess is 4.5. Cara will put that in the comment section. It's got lovely patterning. It's aragonite and calcite all gagging up in a mud globule of fossilized happiness. This beauty is going to cost all of $205. It's flat number 538. Next up, where were you going? Septorite egg. Quite jolly. Sit. See? Also, well trained. That's a very well behaved Septorite egg. Partly polished Nguni jasper with loads of hematite streaks. Beautiful patterns emulating the pelts of the indigenous cattle here in Africa. Weighing 1.82 kilograms, this partly polished beastie is rated very good to A grade. It's going to cost $45. It's flat number 152. Then onto a large purple flash labradorite standing freeform, and it is a beautiful large flashy purple labradorite whitey. Oh, it's quite heavy. Feels like 3.5 kilos. There's a beautiful flash. These polished items and reflections really are frustrating. Hang on. There we go. The other side. Not seeing much flash there, but it's a beautiful polish. There we go. There we go. Right, this fella here is at $204. It's flat 624. Onto two beautiful, too easy to call this verdite. Two hippos in a reasonably chrome heavy zoisite. They kind of emulate Cara's behavior on a Saturday morning. This one here has got quite the ruby corundum in it. So ruby corundum, a bit of a scratch on its arse there, which is typical hippo behavior. Funnily, this ruby glows up better in long wave than medium or short. I'll show you. Right, medium wave first for the ruby corundum. A little vague hints of the red ruby. Then the long wave, much better. Look at that, beautiful. Two verdite zoisite And corundum is a disco hippo, weighing 1.07 kilograms, rated very good at best. It's $45 for the two, flat 785. Last item for the Saturday, and it's a beautiful large Mndingi mine malachite specimen with lots of nice smoky quartz as a base. That is a large beauty. Botryoidal, not so flashy malachite, but no scuff marks. It's a gorgeous specimen. It is, let's just see what's, not much around the back. Nice indications of all the veins and this beautiful geode vug here. This beastie is going to be $457 for flat 425. There you go, guys. Thank you very much for joining us on this Saturday. I hope you have an absolute glorious weekend. I certainly intend to go Scotland. Bye.